I recently had the opportunity to sit down and talk with author Ellen Meredith about her book, The Language Your Body Speaks, Self-Healing with Energy Medicine. I hope that you'll enjoy the interview.
The language your body speaks is, in a word, energy. Your body is made of energy. It communicates with itself using energy. It's fueled by energy, and it manages its functions using energy. So it's useful for us to learn the language our body speaks so that we can dance in and participate in what our body, mind, and spirit are communicating in creating us, creating ourself.
And tell us a little bit more about the ways that our body speaks to us and how we can learn to recognize and speak its language.
Okay, well, there's an illusion out there that the language of the body is something that you need a special gift to understand. You need to be intuitive or psychic. And that's not true. The language of the body is perceived through our senses, through our instincts. It's that radar we use when we drive. And so learning to use it and participate in it is a matter of remembering what we already know and building on that.
And can you give me a practical example of a way that your body has spoken to you in the last 24 hours?
Well, the body often speaks through symptoms, and sometimes it speaks through events or through sensations or through stumbles, literal or figurative stumbles. So I have a flag. My body likes to give me little headache signals whenever I'm off my path in some way. So I started to feel a headache coming on. And I have a history of migraines, so I didn't want it to go into migraine, so I stopped. And I tuned in, and I thought, what is being asked of me? And I realized that I was going too fast. And that was, my pace really affects my well-being. So I had to stop. I had to slow down. And I've learned over time that if I tune into a deeper part of myself for a few breaths and just breathe into that, my headache flag will diminish or go away. And it did that.
That's a great example. Your book's subtitle is Self-Healing with Energy Medicine. So can you say a little bit about what energy medicine is?
The body communicates with chemical messaging and energetic messaging. And our Western medicine is very much rooted in the chemical messaging of the body, which is lovely, except I can't participate in that. I don't know Latin. I didn't go to med school for 12 years. And it's very hard to micromanage the chemistry of the body, even with nutrition. But the energetic signaling is part of our built-in guidance system. It's part of our built-in user's manual, if you will. And so we can access that and participate in it. So for example, if I'm feeling upset and I'm starting to spin out of control, I can just calm myself down like I would my dog or cat. I know how to do that. And the energies of the body respond to that gesture, that little bit of energy communication. So energy medicine is anything that influences your body using energy as the core language. It includes yoga, acupuncture, Reiki, Eden energy medicine, and it even includes things like MRIs and EKGs, which measure energetic signaling in the body to give us information about what's going on. But it's a much more accessible language for us than the chemistry. So energy medicine, I extend it not just to a modality that uses energy signaling, but to anything we do in our life that influences our energy. If I'm feeling terrible and I go wash the dishes, I call that lifestyle medicine. Because at the beginning, I can be in a really bad mood, and at the end, I feel good, my dishes are clean, and I'm in a different place. Well, that's pretty cheap and effective medicine that has no side effects other than clean dishes.
I love that. I've had friends and family who've been to doctors and were either told that nothing is medically wrong with them or that there's no treatment for what they have. What does your book offer to someone like that?
Relief. because it is so frustrating, especially with the expense of it, but even without the expense, to go from doctor to doctor to doctor, be told nothing's wrong, you can't, we don't have anything to help you, or the only thing we have to help you is so toxic that you don't want that. This is a liberation when you can say, oh, I can actually start to talk to my body, find out what it needs, look at ways to supply it naturally from everyday life. And this isn't about right answers. This isn't about which vitamin do I need. It's about what do I need to do with my body, mind, and spirit that will allow this instrument to sing, this instrument to really play the beautiful music of my soul. And so getting that rejection from medicine means we're freed from the medical model that really limits us to a very small realm of curative behaviors and doesn't even address a lot of what's really involved in healing.
If someone wants to use energy medicine to heal something, how do they start?
Well, I give a lot of very simple activities in the book, but I think the best is to start with what you already know how to do. I believe that maybe the baseline of this language is touch. As infants, we respond to touch long before other inputs. If you want to talk to your dog and you pet her sweet head, you're making a communication. So I feel that in our culture, we've been very cut off from the sense of touch. It's been very sexualized. It's been made inappropriate, and yet it's part of the equipment. So I encourage people to just start using touch with themselves. Maybe not when you're driving or when you're in a public place at first, but at home. And I have an exercise in the book that I give that I call Healing Hands. And it's simple, but it's very profound. It can actually make a really big difference for your energies. And it's called Healing Hands. And what you do is you take your two hands and you just rub them to activate them. And here you have two beautiful healing hands. So you're going to take hand one and you say, where do you want to go? And let the wisdom of that hand just go where on the body it wants to go. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to logic it or think about it. And then you go to the other healing hand and say, where do you want to be? And it goes somewhere. And you just hold until one of the hands wants to move. And then you move it. And then you say to the other hand, do you want to stay there or do you want to move? And you move it when it wants to move. And you follow that pattern until you feel like you've completed something. And it is very instinctual or intuitive at that point, but you will feel a shift in your energies. And you are actually talking to all kinds of energy systems, to meridians, to chakras, to your aura, to other systems that you don't have to know about to make a difference.
What is the main message that you hope that readers will take away from your book, The Language Your Body Speaks?
That energy is our first language. It's native to us, it's built in. And the more we can reactivate it, learn it, and use it, the more we can participate in our creation of self.